Hello friends and welcome to the Tao of Goblin. Today we are going to talk about body language, specifically as it pertains to juggling. So we're going to go a little bit deeper into how body language can affect different performance styles and how you may want to approach it from different acts, different types of juggling. But to start with, I want to just talk about body language as a whole as a juggler. So this does assume an audience, but it's also important for you as you practice. And this isn't like a stand strong and you'll learn your new tricks faster. This is more of having the proper posture and body language as you juggle will help you to be more consistent and help you to hit your tricks more often. So when you do a 3-ball cascade, you want something that looks solid. You want your throws at about the same height and at about the same lengths. You want your hands to go in pretty consistent circles, and you never want it to look or feel like it's gotten out of control. And this is really an issue of practice. The more you practice, the easier this is to pull off. As you do it more, you'll be able to look at cameras and talk to people and stuff. And that's pretty cool. So this is the start. What you see a lot of newer jugglers doing is sort of stuff that involves moving around a lot, and they're catching lower and at different lengths, and things get weird. And you see that when they're trying to execute tricks as well, right? So this would be a normal tennis, but what you'll see is that as people are starting to learn it, as opposed to something that's consistent and regular. This is important for practice and for performance. When you use this methodology, when you have this body language as you perform, it tells your crowd that you're competent, and it shows them grace. And grace is an important part of juggling. You know, we want our juggling to look smooth and graceful. Or maybe you don't, but in most cases I think people do want it to look smooth and graceful, and part of that is how you present your body language. Let's talk about it from the perspective of different kinds of acts. So if we're going to talk about clowning, then when you're clowning, you don't want to be super consistent, metronomic. You want to be funny. You want to be wilder. Your audience is probably not looking for you to be a great juggler. They're looking for you to be a great clown. So how can you show that in your juggling? Well, if you just start bringing your arms out as you juggle, even just a basic cascade, all of a sudden you start wiggling your body a little bit more, right? You've got something that looks very different. It's not as consistent, but it's okay. That's not what you're after. So that's a different approach to body language. That's working with the idea that I don't need to be consistent while I juggle, because that's not the goal I'm after. We're going to talk about competitive juggling, juggling for jugglers. You're going to want to be here, right? You're going to want your tricks to be here. You're going to want them to be consistent in proper rhythms to proper heights consistently. So that's great. That's how you want to practice too. So when you juggle with other jugglers and juggle for other jugglers, I think it's okay to sort of be in that practice mentality. Let's talk about one more style of body language. If you're trying to go for something that's more artistic, more performance-oriented, more, theater, you're probably going to want to use bigger body motions to cover more space. That's going to involve things like going lower, moving to the side, moving yourself around, creating this whole space and controlling it and moving objects through it. And by just having slight leg motions, arm motions, you get this really sort of big feel. We can also talk about the different tricks you would use in the context, and we'll go quick for this. When you're doing the clown thing, you're kind of like going here, right? There's like tricks that go well with this. The off the head one, maybe you're going to do a roll, or maybe something that's like a one-up spin and ta-da, right? So that's some tricks that maybe go better with clowning. If you're going to do something more technical, you're probably going to be looking at things like shape-shifting, lots of different variations. If you're going to talk about the context of artistic sorts of juggling, maybe you're going to look for more Mills mess tricks, things that go well with this whole motion idea. So you might use more spikes. There's just some trick ideas for those general body languages, and I think you can start to see how the body language style starts to fit the tricks. I think this is important. I think it'll help you as you practice to think about what your body language is, how to get relaxed, how to get consistent, as well as if you have a particular performance output in mind, how you can practice for that, how you can be bigger in your motions if you want to clown, or how you can be more contained and more technical, or how you can be more flowy and movement oriented. I hope you'll think more about this, and I hope you'll push my subscribe button. I'm close to 100 subscribers, and you could be number 100. Wouldn't that be great? So come back and see me again soon, and we'll do some more juggling.